It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NBA action, and we've got a two-game parlay coming right at you. We've got a promo code. The code is March for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. We've got Craig Trapp joining us to hopefully give us some winners. Craig, we're starting with the Heat and the Pelicans. Pelicans favored at home, -3.5. Total of 224. Jimmy Butler is questionable for this one. Pelicans coming off a back-to-back. Who do you like, or what's the play?
Well, when you look at this Pelicans team, they had that big win against the Jazz, big letdown spot against the Bulls. And now they face, obviously a Heat team that was in the championship game last year, the finals. So I think if Jimmy Butler plays, I would definitely probably be leaning towards the Heat in this one. But it looks like Jimmy Butler's going to be out. So I think the safer play here is to take the over. When Jimmy Butler plays, this team can really score, the Heat team. But when they don't play, they seem to need to play a little quicker to score, to get a little easier baskets in transition, because they're not nearly as good, of course, without Jimmy Butler and his great defense. So, and then you have a Pelicans team that is absolutely atrocious on defense, and the scores in bunches. I think the over here is an easy cash. The Pelicans are one of the best over teams in basketball. Let's take the over.
Yeah, the Pelicans have hit the over in 8 or 9 of their last 10. What a number for the Pelicans. And then the second game on our parlay, we've got City and San Antonio. The Spurs home favorites, -6.5. Total of 220.5. Who do you like here?
Well, the Spurs, of course, had that long COVID break. They opened up with a loss, I believe it was to Oklahoma City, if I'm not mistaken. It was at Oklahoma City. I think it was about a week ago. Since then, they played that big win, home win. They had in a back-to-back spot. They beat a Knicks team that had been red hot. I think the Spurs team is starting to get things right. I mean, if you go back the last 10 games, this team is 7-3. Of course, 6 of those games are before the COVID break, but still been pretty hot. And then you face a Thunder team that has had trouble scoring. So I think the Spurs are very dangerous on offense. I'm going to take the Spurs here minus the points. I just think the line's telling you that the Thunder have struggled, and I've seen that with my own eyes. So I'm going to take the Spurs here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were surprised when the Spurs beat the Knicks 119-93, and that's a pretty solid defensive Knicks squad that usually doesn't allow a whole lot of points. So that's going to do it for our two-game parlay. We've got the Spurs, and then what was the first one? The over in the Heat Pelicans game?
Yes.
All right, that'll do it for Picks and Parlays. Great stuff from Craig Trapp. As always, Craig, thanks for joining us.